For the kids at home wanting to know, what age were you when you really discovered you had that pace?
Around about the age of 16, I think. I was playing for Campbelltown first grade, and it was at the stage where I started to grow a bit. Most kids, you know, I guess I wasn't different growing up. I grew very, very late, you know, in my sort of early teenage years, and it was about the age of 16 the ball started to fly through, and I thought, well, getting the ball around 150 k's. So.
Okay, well, let's get stuck into the emails. The first one is from Sam. He's 15, New South Wales. And the question, g'day, Brett, what advice do you have on bowling a great outswinger? And I've got to say, as an opening batsman, if you get a good outswinger, it's hard to face. Over to you.
Well, it is hard to face, and I guess outswinger is my stock ball. Thank you, Slats, for the umbrella work. I always try to make sure the shiny side, yes, it could be a brand new ball, but you can still swing the older ball. But always shine one side, being on the right-hand side, opposite to the way that you want to swing it. My seam position was always straight down the line there. Some bowlers do hold the ball together. I hold the ball slightly apart. Whichever works for you is the best, but you've got to make sure that you get your fingers right behind the ball and the ball has to come out straight. So you've got to stand the seam up and give it every opportunity to swing. It is your stock ball, so it's your bread and butter. Make sure you get the ball on the right line. If you're bowling too wide, the ball starts outside of stump and swings away. You're going to waste the ball. So I always used to aim middle stump, try and swing the ball away, get that perfect nick. Action's very important as well. Now, with a side-on action, or classic side-on action, we'll go down and check out the feet, the lovely shoes here, the footwork. I tend to bowl a side-on action with your foot facing towards the batsman, your back foot parallel with the crease, and your hips, and also your shoulders in one line, and coming through with that perfect action. You can also bowl front on to swing the ball away, as Malcolm Marshall did. Glenn McGrath did also. He held the ball dead straight. His foot was facing towards the batsman, and also his front foot. I was semi-side on. I was about half and half, so, and still managed to swing the ball. Now, we have some footage here of me bowling to a batsman. I think it might have been Sachin Tendulkar when I was trying to nick him out, and just bowl that perfect ball there. Although I didn't actually get the nick, it was one of those things where you bowl the perfect line and you try and force the batsman to come forward, Slats.
All right, let's move on to the intimidating bouncer. That's the next question, and that comes from Victoria. How do you bowl an effective bouncer? We're just going to get taken out by the covers here, so we're being peppered with bouncers as we speak. It's getting very heavy, and this is live TV, folks. This is exactly what can happen. OK, the bouncer. Hated facing the bouncer. You love bowling them.
I did love bowling the bouncer, but it had to be used as an intimidatory ball. So the bouncer wasn't always to try and knock the batsman out. I didn't like hurting batsmen, although I might sort of put that big brave face on. But the bouncer, great ball to bowl. Use it sparingly. Don't try and overdo it. I tend to hold the ball dead straight again. Seams right behind the ball. Little gap there. You can hold it across, but I didn't want to give the batsman too much knowledge as at the top of my mark that he'd know that I'd be bowling the bouncer. So get in. The ball release would be slightly longer, so I'd be holding the ball a little bit longer to get most trajectory off the wicket and try and get the batsman and the ball to come fly past the batsman. Now, there's a ball I was bowling against Andrew Strauss. I think it was at the Gabba a long, long time ago. Try and get the ball up there, try and bowl that perfect ball and get the batsman to go up there and play on his tip of his toes. Ideally, you'd love to get the ball to nick it, but it doesn't happen. But you want to set the ball and the batsman up in order to do that next ball, which we'll be speaking about in a second.
You've got to love hitting batsmen. Did you enjoy when you hurt a batsman?
I'm a bit of a softie. No, I didn't. And as I said, you might put that big brave face on, but as long as the batsman didn't get hurt or didn't get injured, which sometimes they do, unfortunately, but, you know, they wear productive or protective clothing these days, so most batsmen are okay these days.
And if you sit a batsman down, do you bowl it full the next one?
Well, that's the thing. You've got to work out what is the most important ball to bowl next. And I think we'll have a bit of a chat about the Yorker, which might be the next email.
That's right. Let's go to the third and final email of the day. And it's from South Australia. Tim has said, I've been trying to bowl a nice ball and a full one. I'm looking for that unplayable Yorker. Can you help me?
Well, the Yorker to me was one of my favourite balls to bowl. It's when you totally deceive the batsman. You run in, you've set the batsman up. So you've been bowling your stock ball, the outswing, as we've spoken about. You've bowled the bouncer sparingly. You're holding that Yorker back. As Mark Taylor has helped me out through my career, don't bowl the full ball and also the short ball too much. Use it sparingly. When you finally bowl it, make it count. So I would steam in, bowl that perfect Yorker, hopefully hit him on the toe, the batsman, or miss everything and knock his stumps out. There's an example here. I think I was bowling the Sarwan a few years ago as well, where I ran into bowl, set it up, bowled a perfect Yorker, swung in, hit his middle peg. As you can see, I'm pretty excited there. But I'd set the batsman up and totally deceived the batsman. And
with all the short forms of the game, T20, ODIs, Yorker's crucial.
Yorker's very crucial, and you've got to know where to bowl. We also these days bowl the wide line Yorker, which is a good option. But most importantly, I mean, the hardest shot I think personally to play is the one right at their toes. So get the ball up there, practice it, put 2 shoes on a good length, and just run in and actually work on it, kids. And that's the most important thing. These sort of shoes? Not these shoes, no. But also,
are you looking at the spot on the pitch?
I don't really look anywhere where I bowl. I know that might sound funny, but to me, it's a feel thing. It's the whole visualisation. And when you bowl your bouncer, when you bowl your Yorker, there's an example here. I was bowling to Jar Callis about setting a batsman up. So I've come in to bowl to Jar Callis at the MCG where I run in, I bowl a bouncer. I think it might have hit him on the side of the helmet.
It's a goodie, that.
Next ball, I could have gone in and bowled the short ball again, but I thought I'd bowl the Yorker, rip his pegs out, and that is, to me, is a perfect dismissal and a great way to get a batsman out.
It makes a difference if you can bowl upwards of 145, though, doesn't it? And all these deliveries at pace. And I think that was the intriguing thing with you. Your Test cricket was outstanding. You're one of 4 to take over 300 wickets, but your one-day international accuracy, often the faster you bowl, the faster they can disappear to the boundary, but that didn't seem to be the case. So accuracy was a big thing for you.
Yeah, look, I worked very hard in the nets, and I'd worked for hours and hours on, as I said, putting 2 shoes on a good crease line length and try and knock those shoes with no batsman and try different things. Try bowling short balls nets, try bowling the ball out swinger. Shane Bond, a great bowler and has a fantastic one-day record. His stock ball was the in-swinger. So find out, kids, what works best for you, whether it's the out-swinger or the in-swinger, but definitely have a stock ball.
OK, 3 things for the kids to take away from this.
I think practice, most importantly, and as he'll said with all those P's, perfect practice is perfect, or is the best way to go about it. Have fun. It has to be enjoyable. It has to be a lot of fun. And most importantly, and strive. Try new things in the nets. Try, as I said, different balls, different ways to try and get a batsman out. But fast bowling's fun. It's hard work. But once you get it right, and as you see, when you bowl that perfect in-swinger, his stumps fly. It's the best feeling.
And tough work in India, isn't it, where you don't get the bounce and the pace out of the pitch.
And you don't see this green wicket, no.